Hello, welcome back to PokéBoys, where we've awoken from our hibernation, and we're here. Honestly, so this is the season 6 interstitial, the in between seasons episode. But I hesitate to call it that. I mean, technically, it's still in between seasons, but next week, season 7 is starting. This is the quickest turnaround between interstitial and the new season. So, one, you're
Well, that's because
welcome.
we had that long break.
Yeah. 2, sorry for the long break, but, sometimes we got other stuff going on. So,
Right,
Kumino,
life be lifing.
he's got, like, 1.5 arms right now, so we're doing the
Yeah,
best we
for those
can.
who actually watching,
Yeah.
you get to see it.
Yeah. So first off, hope that heals up soon for you. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about this interstitial. It's I've been looking forward to it a lot. We're gonna rank our 5 most anticipated fan games or ROM hacks that we're looking forward to playing. These maybe aren't necessarily the most recent, like, newest
Right.
games that have been released. Maybe some are, maybe some aren't. We haven't shared our lists with each other. Um, but these
Right.
are
The
just
only
the
one who
games.
has the access to both lists is not here, and that's
Yes,
sad.
that's right, Dad. That's right. He's on his long hibernation. But don't fret, fans of Dad. He's not going anywhere. He's just taking a season off. He'll still be editing our episodes, so I don't know if he'll put something goofy in here right now while we're talking about him or not. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, just to let his
Yeah,
presence
just do
be known.
a little cartoon figurehead of you, coming in and waving at the people. That'd be great.
Yeah. And if he doesn't do it, maybe he's dead. I don't know. We'll just never know. But yeah, so these are the games that we're looking forward to playing the most. Some of them are old, some of them may be new. But I'm excited about it. We also got some uh, um, games from our Discord members. So we'll be talking about those too. But yeah, man, how are you doing besides your arm? Ready to talk about
Like I
Pokemon?
said, I'm doing great and absolutely ready to talk about Pokemon.
All right.
We've been holding these lists for a while.
I
That's
know.
the thing.
I know.
So
And
yeah,
if
we're ready to go for it.
anyone who's been listening to PokéBoys for any amount of time, if this is not your first episode, you'll probably have heard of my fabled Google sheet full of fan games and ROM hacks. Uh, I'll just take a look here. I actually have it up. I have, let's see, starting from right there, we'll go down to there. 76 games on this sheet, and I only had to pick 5. And some of the ones I picked I added to the sheet. So, like, this is a just a huge list of games I've been looking forward to playing. But yeah, so the way we're gonna do this, we both came with 5. I don't know if I told you to do this or not, but I also came with a few honorable mentions that didn't make it into my top 5, but games I'm also looking forward to playing. But I think the best way to do this, we'll start with number 5 and work our way to the game we're most looking forward to playing. We'll save
And
that
that's
for the end.
exactly how I actually have my list written.
Perfect. It's almost like, we've been doing this together for a couple seasons, and we know each other. I mean, man, it's
Right,
crazy. The
just like we
synergy.
got that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
mean, we
synergy.
both have the
That
same
ESP,
name,
man.
we both have short
Right.
haircuts, we got some beard, we love
Yeah.
Pokemon, so yeah, basically the same. But did you bring any honorable mentions with you, or did you just bring your 5?
Well, I put my honorable mentions right before one.
Okay.
So, like, if you want me to list them off now,
No,
I can.
let's save them for, right before we talk about our most anticipated game. But let's talk about, do you wanna go through we had 3 listeners submit their games. Do you wanna go through all 3 of theirs, or do you wanna, like, sprinkle them in throughout? Like, we can do one now and then maybe another one later and another one even later.
You know what? Let's do sprinkling.
Okay.
Let's. because I've been watching this anime, 'cause I really can't do a lot of gaming, and they keep doing that salt sprinkle thing on
Okay,
there.
okay, yeah, we're gonna Salt
So
Bay our listeners. Listen. I like it. We'll start out with the shortest list so we can get into ours. But Winter Jam from Discord, if you're in our Discord, you are familiar with Winter Jam. He also was a participant in the Infinity Tournament, which was really fun. Um, he only had one game, and it was Pokemon Insurgents. Not
Ooh,
one that I particularly am familiar with. I guess he had two games, but the other game is Pokemon Unbound, which is a game. Actually, I think he may have already played it. He recommended it for the season, so if he hadn't played it, he will be for the season. But yeah, Pokemon Insurgents. Are you familiar with Insurgents? Have you heard of it?
yes, I have.
Okay.
In actuality, in this quest of mine to make this list, I started a bunch of playthroughs, and Pokemon
Oh,
Insurgent is
that's
one of them.
That's what you were talking about in Discord when you said you're like have 8 games going right now or something. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about Insurgents then.
um, so essentially, you are the protagonist as always, but you're tasked with not going to necessarily do the gym challenge, but to keep evil from having their way in the region because it is numerous amounts of evil teams in this game that you have to take down. But at the same time, you are not a threat, at risk. There we go, at risk because they're looking for people that's like you, and yeah, it's really fun. I like it. I like it. They put a unique twist on everything, and my God, I love the Sky Islands. I end it with that.
Oh, nice. Winter Jams list Pokemon Insurgents. Uh Kumino, I'll let you reveal your number 5 game first.
Oh,
So
I was kind of
kick
hoping that
kick
you
us
would go
off.
first.
Oh, do you want me to go first? I'll go first. That's
I
totally
want you
fine.
to go first. I want to follow you. I want to follow your lead.
Okay.
Make sure I ain't mess up.
Let me okay, so here's another thing. I'm quickly pulling up the games on Poke Harbor, which if you've never used Poke Harbor, it's a pretty decent game to find or website to
Yeah, Poke
find these
Harbor
fan
and Poke
games.
Community, they both really good.
Yes. But full disclosure, I had like all these tabs open and then
You
I
sound just
had
like
to
me.
restart the PC to update it and I forgot that I did that and so they're all closed.
Oh
um
no. So okay, so you know up there by the tabs, you
okay.
see the one that looked like a tab and it's colored in at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, if you click on that and go to recently closed, you will also have an option to open up one of those massive
Um,
tabs that you had open with like a bunch of tabs.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you just have to right click on it and it'll open them all back up.
Nice. Good. Hey, you learned something when you listen to
Yeah,
PokéBoys. So,
yeah. In
um,
the process of doing all of this is how I learned it.
nice. All right. Number 5. My number 5 most anticipated fan game is Pokemon Tower of Ashes. Have you heard of this game?
I have not.
Okay. So, it, have you ever wondered what a Dark Souls Pokemon game would be like?
Not particularly. I like Dark Souls.
Actually, okay, I'm kidding. It's not Dark Souls. So that was a different
Okay,
game.
because I'm like, wait a minute, I do not need my Pikachu, you know, being crazed and chasing after me and
Yeah,
having to roll out of the
so
way.
that was just like a little breadcrumb to one of my honorable mentions. I got them mixed up. But no, Pokemon Tower of Ashes is my number 5. But this is a dungeon crawling roguelike game.
Okay.
Each run is procedurally generated. So each run, in theory, you should be going through a somewhat different dungeon. Um, There are no levels or experience grinding to be had, and you have custom boss battles at the end of each floor. But the story is an ancient tower seems to be burning down every night just to rise from its ashes brand new the following morning. It does have a limited selection of Pokemon that you can use. There's only a little over 100. But this game, to my knowledge, is complete as of August of 2024. There's no
Nice.
Fakemon or regionals, but if you're into the roguelike style of game, which I've become a fan of over the last year or two, um, this could be a fun one to check out. I watched a little bit of a PokeTuber playthrough of it a while ago. That's how it made it on the list, and it looked really, really, really interesting. As you go through the dungeon, you can catch Pokemon, and yeah, it just looked really, really interesting, kind of difficult, and yeah, it's different. I think is what kind of drew me to it. But Pokemon Tower of Ashes comes in number 5 for me. Does that
Okay.
sound interesting at all to you? Are you into the
It
roguelike?
does. It does because I was watching somebody play a game, and that just made me think about it. I should put that in the honorable mention. Um, I can't remember what the name of it was though, because I was watching them play it, and it it was very unique. It gave me Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Without the Pal World aesthetic, like you actually got NPCs and such in that one. Um, but this
Nice.
one sounds just as good. So yeah, that
Yeah,
could be
and
something that we throw into a season.
it could be. And I think this is what I love about this, like, little corner of the internet that we kind of, like, reside in, is the creativity that Pokemon fans have. Like, who would have thought of I mean, you have, of course, like, Rogue, which is probably the most well-known Pokemon roguelike. Um, but yeah, just, like, the things that Pokemon fans come up with and are able to create is just, like, so cool, and most of them are super interesting, and there are people in this community that are really good at creating these things that make, like, actually really amazing games. So, um, man, it's just I'm so happy that I somehow stumbled into this, like, corner of the internet because it's been a very fun ride. But,
Yeah.
yeah, man, what's your number 5 game?
Okay. My number five is I don't know if anybody heard of this game. They probably have. It's called Pokemon Elite Redux,
Okay.
and I love it. Um,
Is this one of the
but
ones that you've started?
yes, yes, I
Okay.
started it. I didn't get far. I didn't even get to the first gym, but I already loved it because, like, I can't remember if it's finished or not. I want to say that it is. I believe so. But they got Pokemon from generation 1 to 9, and you get to
Ooh,
have 4 different abilities at the same time, which that what makes it so unique because you have to make sure that your ability is suited not for every situation because it's impossible,
right.
but best for that Pokemon and the strategy that you plan on using, in which it makes you think a whole bunch and you get access to everything. You can customize the EVs, the IVs, the nature, the move set, all of that from the word go.
Dang.
Like, yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I love it.
Just looking
And
at
I
the
can't
page
remember the
here
actual story behind it though.
just looking at the page here on Poke Harbor, it's the abilities thing. Every Pokemon can have up to 3 switchable abilities and up to 3 fixed ones.
Hmm.
That's so crazy. And then further down, you can teach moves, like,
Yeah, from the word go. As soon as you get the Pokemon,
right from the
you can
party menu, like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
man.
you can imagine you getting Bulbasaur and you able to teach it a frenzy plant right there off the bat.
Jeez.
Like that's what it is. And I was so wrapped up into it. Now it was one of the games that I was playing at work. So like I said, I didn't even get to make it. Well, yeah, I think I'm in the town of the first gym, but like just messing around with everything, just all of the tweaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it has built-in randomizers, level
Hmm.
caps,
Yeah.
all
Oh,
that.
that's one of the things that took me so long because going through the settings and like, okay, well, what do I want to do? Like, if you do the randomizer, like they got different kind of randomizers,
Yeah.
and just oh my god, like you can do it to where it's just types, or you can do it to where oh, you want to be like the gym leaders, where you can only catch the gym leader Pokemon, in which we probably should have used this game for our gym
Yeah,
leader
no
run.
no kidding. That's
Yeah, like
awesome.
yeah, it's really good.
Might have to keep that in mind for future type drafts too, if you can do that.
Oh yeah,
That'd be real
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
That sounds awesome. Sounds like a game that's tailored for those, like,
Definitely the
into
hardcore
battling, and
competitive, yeah, competitive players, yeah.
that's
But
sweet.
at the same time, like a casual fan can play it and appreciate it for what it is, as
Mhm.
well as it it asks you if you want your hand held. So you would be able to, talk the way of competitive battles and such. And like I said, because I'm not a competitive battler at all, but I was enjoying doing all the messing around with Pokemons and stuff of that nature, trying to make sure that we on par because I had like a couple of trainer battles and oh my god.
Oh, geez. That kinda makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, imagine getting beat up by Snow. Yeah, it was not funny.
I
It was
don't
not
want
funny.
to. I don't want to. Nice. So, Elite Redux is your number 5.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Coming in at number 4, and after this, after your number 4, we'll sprinkle in another Discord members, list.
All right.
But number 4 for me is Pokemon Conquest Ultimate. Uh,
I knew you were gonna put that one on your list. That's why I didn't put it on mine.
yeah, dude. Okay, so I loved Pokemon Conquest, and every time a Pokemon Presents comes out, Jared in the play along Discord always asks for predictions, and mine is the same, or like dreams and wishes, and mine is always the same:
Pokemon
a
Conquest.
Conquest reboot or remaster or sequel, and it never happens. But Pokemon Conquest, super fun game if you've never played it. It is a turn-based, like tile-based, turn-based tactics game, um, set in the Ransai region, and you're like these samurai fighting other samurai warlords of different towns, and there's this obviously a whole story behind it. But you can go and like catch Pokemon, you assemble your team, and yeah, it's just like Final Fantasy Tactics, but your Pokemon are on the board instead of, you know, your typical RPG things. It's just a very different take on everything about a Pokemon game. And Conquest Ultimate just completely updates it with a ton of quality of life improvements, um, adds generations up to generation 9. There are only 200 Pokemon in the game, but that's like a lot more than are in Conquest, and of course you have the updated generations. There are some regionals included in the decks there. Um, but yeah, this game includes more Pokemon, like I just said. Adjusts the balance, adds some difficulty, adds a whole lot more missions. I think it even adds new maps and updated maps. But it completely overhauls the Pokemon and the move sets, and instead of starting with Eevee, you get to choose an evolution as your starter right off the bat,
Right.
which is way
Yeah.
cooler. It's got the increased difficulty and stuff, but it's a game that I've been wanting to check out for a really long time and just haven't. Uh, Also, maybe another all of these, by the way, guys, potential Pokemon or PokéBoys seasons for sure. This could be a cool season to go through. Um, but did you play Conquest?
Yeah, I played Conquest. When I was in the store and I seen Conquest, because I never seen the commercial, I was like, "What is this?
Mhm.
This wait, a tactic game?" Yes, and I snatched it up. So
Yeah, dude, it's so good. The first time I played it, actually like played it on my phone via emulation. It wasn't very long ago. It was a couple years ago.
Mm,
But now that I have the Steam Deck, like I really want to play it on that with the nice big screen. But this is another one of those things where it's like Pokemon, Nintendo, just put it on the eShop. Like, let me play it on my
listen,
dang Switch. Come
they
on.
refuse to do any of that. I don't know why. Like, even if they want to say, "Well, we're trying to hold out and we're gonna give you a remake of this game in some shape, form, or fashion," that's fine and fantastic. But allow the originals to be digitally in the eShop to where you can just play on the
Yeah.
virtual consoles, and then everybody will be happy and you can still make money, and then you can actually make that claim of not liking emulators and people
Right.
using ROMs.
Exactly. But as of January of 2024, this game is complete. So if you're looking for Pokemon Conquest Ultimate Complete, check it out. And also play the original Conquest because it was good and very different. Um, all right, Kumino,
All right.
what's your number four?
My number four should actually be, it should be on your list. Like, I don't know if you heard of it, but mine is Pokemon Scorched Silver.
I have heard of it. It did not make the list, but it's
Wow.
it's on it's on my very big list, but not on this
Okay.
list.
Okay. Because yeah, this is a fan-made sequel to
Mhm.
Gold and Silver where it takes place 20 years
Oh, yeah.
uh after the events of Gold and Silver, and you spend a large portion of the story trying to bring down what is the evil team? I can't remember what the evil team is called.
I'll
But they
look it
call
up while you're
something.
talking.
But yeah, you trying to bring them down and figure out the connections to the mysteries that are presented in front of you. Like, it has a really really good story, and anybody that's been paying attention to me talk knows that I love me a good story. I'm a sucker for story. Okay, and
Oh, yeah.
if I got that, the game gets me. And I watched the playthrough of this, and I was like, yep, I got to play that one day.
The team is Team Phoenix.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Phoenix rise from the ashes. That's all I leave you with. But yeah, that's my number four.
Yeah,
It's Pokemon Scorched Silver.
I have this has been on my radar for a while. Sounds really cool. As anyone who knows me as part of PokéBoys here, Gold and Silver Generation 2, definitely my favorite, and 20 years after Gold and Silver, like, let's go. Let's drop me right in there. I wanna see what's going on. It according to Poke Harbor, has up to Gen 8 in the
Yeah,
decks. Pretty
yeah, it
cool.
has Gen 8.
We have we
You
have
have
fairies.
Nature Changer NPCs. You have a battle nurse that's right there in the in the Pokemon Center. Updated move list, and you're able to survive poison outside of battle,
Oh,
as well as Mega Evolution. Even though that's post game, but it's there for those that love their Mega Evolution.
surviving poison outside of battle. You only care about that if you've ever tried to do a Nuzlocke.
Exactly that, and that's the reason why I said it, because
Yeah.
being that it's this kind of game, like, people want to Nuzlocke it. They be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I want to do something a little bit difficult. and different. So there you
Mhm.
go. You ain't got to worry about your Pokemon dying on you as you run into the Pokemon. So, Nurse Joy,
Yeah.
Nurse.
Please just let me make it to the Poke Center. But it looks like this was last updated August of 2024, so I'm assuming,
Yeah,
that's
it's
it's
complete.
probably finished.
Yeah,
Awesome. That's a good one, and it definitely is on my big list. And so you were right. It is one that I really do want to play.
yeah. I figured. I figured.
Up next, let's go to our listener lists. Venom submitted a couple games, actually two exactly. The first one being a game that we kind of all started in our Discord, and that is Pokemon Rejuvenation.
Oh
But
man, I'm with
he's
him.
he's waiting for the Gen 9 update, which who knows when that will be. But you and I, and a handful of other people in our Discord did start this 6 or so months ago. We
No,
were
it
all
wasn't 6 months ago. It had to be longer.
yeah, it was some time ago, that's for sure. But
And guys, like,
we were
just so you
lunatics
know,
about it.
join the Discord, okay? Because
There's
you can
always
catch
something
up
going
with
on in
us,
there. Yeah.
right? But because I already know Lux, one of the developers of the game, uh, he said that it's gonna take forever. So we don't know whenever it's gonna be
Yeah.
because like he ain't
Yeah.
dropping no updates or none of that.
Yeah.
Get in there, you can catch up because we're doing a shiny lock.
Yeah. Which doesn't
But
sound as
I don't know where
insane
my
as
phone
it
at.
is,
Right.
but
My God. I have what it was, 200 and some odd hours.
a lot of hours. Yes.
Just trying to shiny.
Yeah, but, the odds are very high. It's like 1 in 100, I think,
Yeah.
something like that, which is why we don't hate ourselves. We're not trying to inflict mental and physical anguish on ourselves while we play this game. So, uh, yeah, the shiny odds are not that low. And they do have really cool sprites. I think most, if not all of them, are custom.
Yeah. All of them
Um,
have custom
and dude,
shinies. Has
there's
the
some really
prism.
good ones. Prism,
Now for those of us that want to prism hunt and shiny hunt at the same time, oh my
yeah.
God.
No, and it's a good game. It's very good. Um, but yeah, I think a lot of us kind of got hung up on the fact that it's not fully finished yet. I think the final plan is 16 gyms or something
Hmm.
like that. There's a
Yeah.
crap load of gyms, and they're not all in the game yet. So more updates are coming. The Gen 9 starters are not available. The Gen 9 Pokédex is not available.
Well, the Gen 9 Pokemon, the Gen 9 starters, they're in the game. They're just not available to you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
yeah.
I
So
was in the Discord and somebody said that they were there.
weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of like we kind of all got a little hung up on like, well, what's the point? We should just kind of wait. But yeah,
Yeah.
so good game. Always good to have on the list. That's for sure for games you're potentially looking to play. And then he also had Poke MMO on there, which I've only dabbled in. Have you played Poke MMO at all?
Yeah. Remember, I was streaming it. I was
Oh,
streaming MMO, and which it's a good game, good community, nice community. Join their
mhm,
Discord whenever you decide that you want to play, guys. And like they're so welcoming, so helpful, because like the devs, they're willing to help you. Just the player base willing to help you. Like yeah, it's fantastic. And the last time I was playing, they only had 3 regions, but they was going to add more.
mm.
So they probably have by now.
Yeah, and it's exactly if you're not familiar, if you have no idea what Poke MMO is, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a Pokemon MMO. You can see everyone who's playing on the screen with you. They have you can sell Pokemon eggs. You can buy Pokemon eggs on an in-game auction house type thing.
Hmm.
It's very, very cool. I never progressed very far, but I've started it like a handful of times and I want to do it. I just like never follow through with it. But yeah, good good list there, Venom. Thank you for submitting that. And we can move on as I have the hiccups. To our number 3 game. You just went. So my number 3 most anticipated fan game or ROM hack, trying to build the suspense here,
Go ahead.
is actually a game that I started and have played a somewhat decent chunk of. It's an older game, and it's a game that I really loved. And it is Pokemon Adventures Red Chapter. Have you heard of
Oh
this?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude,
I have.
this is one of the coolest fan games. It it follows the events of the Pokemon Adventures manga series, which is like real legit thing. I actually don't have it near me. It's probably in a box in my garage that hasn't been unpacked since we moved. Um, but yeah, the game like legit follows this every story beat from the manga series. I got after playing this, I ordered the first volume on Amazon and read it, and I was like, dude, like they literally, it's like from page to game. Amazing translation there.
Yeah, that's
Um,
nice
have
because
you
like, that's
read
one of the
any of
reasons.
the? Have you
Yeah,
read any of those?
yeah, I
Okay,
have, and that's one of the things. Like I always wanted to play it. I just it's so many things going on when it comes to Pokemon. I never
I
sat down
know.
to play it, but yeah, like when you playing these games, like that's kind of what we would be wanting sometimes is just to follow the story of like the anime or the manga,
Mhm.
just to experience it, things from their point of view.
Yeah, so the game includes up to Generation 7. We have Shadow Pokemon, we have Zombie Pokemon, there are Fusion Pokemon, there are Fakemon, there's unique forms and beta designs in this game. Uh, but the thing that I loved about this game is just the story is awesome. And it's awesome because it follows the manga like to a T. And the story from the manga is amazing and it's kind of brutal and not necessarily what you're used to from Pokemon, especially if you're playing a game.
Right.
Just as an example, in the manga, when Red goes and challenges Brock, like one of the battles that's happening, I don't know if I can't remember if it's the battle that he's in or a battle that's happening before he battles, but like a Geodude or a Graveler gets frozen and then shattered into pieces. And I'm just like,
And
"Oh my
I can't
gosh."
remember either. I can't remember either. But yeah,
Yeah, I read that and I was like, "If a child was reading this, they're gonna be emotionally scarred."
but see, that's the thing. When these things came out, we were kids,
I know, man, it's
and we was
crazy.
like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!"
Yeah. But yeah, so this is obviously complete. This game came out a long time ago, and since it's come out, they've done, uh, I wanna say they kinda did chapters or games for each character, like blue and yellow and green. Um, but they've come out with one, I think it's called Special Chapters or something like that, where they're kind of all combined. So
Mm,
that's one that I also wanna take a look at, but Adventures Red is really good, and I wanna play through it, and I just might use that as an excuse to do it on a PokéBoys season. But yeah, the one I was thinking of, it's called Adventures Special Chapter, and then they have individual ones, Adventures Blue, Green, Yellow, Gold, and then there's GS Chronicles, which I don't I don't know if it's related or made by the same developers, but I think it's a similar-ish style story. Um, but yeah, Adventures Red Chapter, so good, and I want to finish it. What is your number 3, Kumino?
my number three is like so. again, it's another one of the games that I started, but I don't remember because, like I said, we've had these lists for a while, guys. So please bear with me. But it's Pokemon Photon. It's a Pokemon fan game that is set in the Prism Outpost region with an original storyline that is very good. I want to say the professor of the region is actually a kid with View, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it has a new evil team. You have the light type in the game, which is awesome. It goes up to Generation 8 in terms of the Pokemon. 400 Pokemon for the Dex. You got Mega Evolution in the game. You got a bunch of side quests that you can follow. Level cap options for those that like to give themselves that difficulty. Uh, yeah, it's again a story driven game, but it is really good story wise, and the quality of life changes that they added that we have in these more recent games. It works well, really does.
Nice. Excuse me. Is this the one that has uh Aether Burst Pokemon?
Yes, yes, that's the light type.
Oh, nice. So there's Pokemon bosses
Yep. Yeah.
and side quests
Yes.
and
Side
Mega
quest.
Evolution?
Yes, all of that good stuff
Oh my
that we
goodness.
be wanting in regular Pokemon games. Like I've sat back, played some of these games, watched people play some of these games, just reading about them, and I'm
Mhm.
like, how is it that the fans are getting all of this stuff correct that we've been asking for in the main series game, but you know,
Yeah.
Nintendo and Game Freak can't seem to get this correct? It's baffling.
Yeah, that again, that's why I love these because these games are made by people who love playing these games. So they're gonna do all of these things, all the things that everyone thinks while they're playing a game. They're like, "Man, I wish I could do this." And then, there's a fan game out there that you can do that. There is.
Right.
There always
And,
is.
and you can tell the love and care that they put into these games because you got to
Yeah.
remember these people aren't getting paid to make these games.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Also 40 plus new regional forms. I'm a sucker for regional variants, so
Yeah.
that is very exciting to me. So that's your number 3. Man, we're down. We each got 2 left. Let's go ahead and go through our last Discord list, and that is from Jared. And he actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on his list.
Jared, always overdoing it, man.
That's right. So I don't have like a bunch of stuff pulled up for these. So we'll just kind of list them off and you can talk about any that you are familiar with. But
All
the
right.
first one is Mario Mon, which we've seen kind of make its rounds through Discord and stuff. And this actually looks hilarious.
It
It's
does.
it's Pokemon, but all the sprites are Mario and Mario characters and creatures. So that's kind of hilarious and also disturbing. And I kind of want to play it because it
Well,
looks
you know
cool.
what? When y'all play it, y'all make sure y'all stream it in Discord, and I'll watch y'all play it because I honestly don't want to.
I love it.
I did
That's
it. I did it once with a Dragon Ball Z related one, and it got old really quick.
nice. His next is Pokemon Spades, which I have not heard of. Have you?
No, but at the same time, like I'm thinking to myself, wait, is there a barbecue going on? Is there, music? People being loud? Table smacking? Wait a minute.
It's literally just a card game. But let's see. This released early April of 2025. There's only 2 gyms available, so it's very much still a work in progress.
Okay.
Um, but in the center region, an island once heralded for a strong and competitive surplus of trainers has dwindled over time when its league officially disbanded after uncertain complications. But recently, word spread that the league had suddenly begun anew to regrow back to its old glory days of competition, something that catches the eye of many. Such people include both you and your friend, two 16-year-olds living in Lotus Town. Um, So yeah, not really a ton uh here on the game page in Poke Harbor, but it does look in some of the screen grabs here like we got some Fakemon, so that's interesting. Maybe one to keep your eye on because it's, like I said, only 2 gyms right now, but put it
Well,
down on your list.
maybe it has a story, to keep
Mhm.
you grabbed into it. I don't know.
That's true, and this list is coming from someone you can trust, and that is Jared, one of the
Yes.
original Pokeboys. So, he also has Imperial Emerald, Poke
Okay, I heard of that.
Rogue. Okay,
Mm.
tell us a little bit about Imperial Emerald, if you know off the top of your head, or if you have you just
Uh,
heard of it?
just heard of
Okay.
it. Just heard of it.
He
Read
has
stuff.
Poke Rogue, which we've talked about, which is a cool, actually, like, web-based, roguelite. Um, I have not attempted, but I've watched quite a few people play through, some runs. Emerald Sea Glass, heard of that?
Hmm.
Uranium, everyone's heard of that. That's like the
Yeah, everybody
OG.
heard of it. Yeah,
And then Ruby 2, which I had
never heard
not
of that one.
I had not heard of. But yeah, there's Jared's list. Thank you, Discord members. I don't know why I clapped, but thank you for giving us
I
those
mean,
lists.
you
Yeah,
know,
don't clap too hard. Um,
right.
all right, let's get back our number 2 picks, and then we'll go through our honorable mentions, and then we'll wrap up, of course, with the most anticipated fan game that we're looking forward to playing the most here on PokéBoys. But my number 2 pick is Pokemon Africanus, and this was last updated in May of 2024 and is, by my best estimation, complete. But this explores the history of ancient Europe set in the year 219 BC, taking you through the events of the Second Punic War. So I suffer from what Shane Gillis describes of, most aging people do. You either get into like smoking meat or history, and I've fallen into the history camp. So this game kind of caught my attention. It's like Roman Empire style stuff. Um, generations 1 through 9. You have new
Nice.
Fakemon starters and some regional forms, which is cool. You got some other features. You have improved sprites. But the thing that is really cool is you have unique historical events, and it's kind of like a pseudo taking you through history, but like with Pokemon type deal.
Nice.
This has been on my big list for quite some time, and I've been really looking forward to playing this. At the time when I found it, I don't think it had an English version, so that's kind of what made me wait. But I believe now that there is an English version out, which is pretty cool. I'm excited. Is this one that you've heard of at all?
No, I have not heard of it, but
All right, you're gonna have to look
I
it up.
too did not pick up the other habit. I'm more so into history. So.
Yes, one of us, one of
Right.
us.
It
But
sounds
guys,
interesting. I do want to look into it.
if you're gonna look this up, it is pronounced Africanus, but it's not spelled with a U, it's spelled with a V. So it's Africanvs, not US. So just if you're looking. But yeah, this originally released in Spanish and now does have an English version out. But yeah, you play as a cadet from Sagunto, awakened by the Centurion Suppressus as Carthage besieges the city. After escaping to safety, you'll embark on a journey to defeat gym leaders, grow stronger, and eventually confront Hannibal, the Carthaginian leader. Along the way, you'll meet and interact with various historical figures, forging alliances to aid your quest. But yeah, you were exploring the pre-Roman Empire areas of Julius Caesar, which is pretty cool to imagine if Pokemon existed while all that was going on.
I mean, you got to remember when Pokemon first came out. I want to say like the first two uh, games, region. They tried to tie in the real world kind of. So, I would like for it to make sense in that way, where it's just the Pokemon world would probably be a bigger Earth, where all of these new regions, lands can exist, or maybe they are part of the countries and just smaller countries or something of that nature.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something interesting to think about. Um, but yeah, what is your number 2 pick? I'm excited to
All right.
hear.
Well, my number two is kind of like yours. The only difference is I actually started playing.
Nice.
It is the Pokemon. Now, because I can't pronounce it, I'm gonna separate what it actually is. Pokemon Real Idea System. They put real and idea together, and I can't pronounce how it's supposed to be said that way.
Yeah.
But it is a Spanish game in which I'm gonna tell you right now, they lied and said that it's 98% translated. I'm not sure how big the game is, but so far from me playing it, I'm gonna bump it down to like 82% maybe translated, maybe
Oh, geez.
less, because I'm running into a lot of stuff that I'm having to use my phone to translate.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, but I mean, outside of that, it is a good, good story based game. Again, like for the story lovers, okay. I love story, so there you go. Like it has a good story, as well as I have found my new Poke waifu in this game. So congratulations to me, because I will.
Congratulations to
Yeah,
me.
I will change her. Okay, I can fix her. um,
No, it never works, Kumino. It never works.
I know, but Jesus Christ! Like as soon as I saw her, I was like, "Oh my God!" But
Yeah.
yeah, it takes place in a store region, and it doesn't have a bunch of new Pokemon. Actually, it only has about four Pokemon and maybe about eight or so regional forms, in which they're not really regional forms. Um, so the starters, they're Pokemon, in which one of them, like I don't like none of the starters. I'm just put it to you like that. I don't like them. So I went out in the grass and I caught me what I wanted, and I just went on by my way. Uh,
Nice.
and the new legendary Pokemon is, but you got new characters with great designs, in which they bring back old characters as well, but these characters are updated with new designs. Like,
Nice.
um, what is Giovanni's wife name? I cannot remember.
Hey,
The redhead,
I didn't even know he was
Silver's
married.
mom. I can't remember, but like, yeah, she's in the game, and like Team Rocket has a store now where they
A
selling,
store?
yeah, they selling plushies, like, and Silver's upset that his mom is there. Like, why did she move us here? Grr.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it has loads of quality of life changes, like you able to access the PC from your menu. You can
Oh,
change the
nice.
name, you can change the move set, nature, and all of that stuff there. But unfortunately, they want you to use heart scales.
Mm,
So that's one of them things that's going to be a bit of a grind, but it's okay. Like I said, the regional forms, like it's a Drifloon. That's the only true regional form that I know of. The other ones are anime forms. So like it's a Leafeon that's Senku from Doctor Stone.
nice.
So yeah, so that's neat. And it has side quests, and these side quests, the way that they work, not all of them, but it's some of them, they make the post game different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I haven't made it that far. I haven't beaten the game yet. I think I just got my fourth badge in the game the last time that I played. But knowing that doing the side quest has an effect on the post game,
Yeah,
that's a
that's really
major
cool.
incentive. Yeah, it's incentive for okay, I'm gonna do as many side quests as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And for those that love Pokemon following, they have Pokemon following in which it looks good and great. They follow you inside and outside. So now
Nice.
you can be in the Pokemon Center and just chilling, and your Pokemon is right there. Oh, they also have beds where you can change the time of day.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Like Infinity, where you just skip ahead a few hours or however many hours you want to?
yeah.
Nice.
Because and then like they have locations based in the game that you can only access at certain times. Like it's this one town that you go to, and it's a cave that you got to go in. But the only time you can go in is after 8 o'clock at night because that's when the sea recedes and goes back out into the
Oh,
ocean,
that's
and it
so
allows you
cool.
to go down and go into the cave. Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. I'm looking at the Poke Harbor page and at the screenshot section. I don't know why that was so difficult to say. But I really like the art style and like the character, like I don't know what you call them, portraits, mug shots, or whatever that you see like when they're talking and stuff. Like it
With the,
looks
the blue hair lady, I will change her. So
okay.
you can call her a mugshot because
I see her. Okay.
she is evil, but I will change her.
But it looks like it looks very nice. Like a very nice art style and very clean and crispy. Um, I'll have to add this real quick to my big list if it's not already on here. Yeah, wouldn't you know it's already on there.
Nice.
Um, all right, so that was number 2. So it is honorable mention time.
All
So
right.
I'll go through all mine. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 honorable mentions. I won't spend like an incredible amount of time on them, but I will talk about them and then I'll let you go through yours. First up, Pokemon Daybreak. This was completed in 2023. A game that I started one summer vacation. There was a stretch of time, like I don't know, 8 or 9 years in a row where we took a vacation to the Outer Banks, and I was playing this on my phone, doing like a Nuzlocke run through. I enjoyed what I played, but at the time they were still kind of putting out updates, so I never really fully went through this and gave it a fair shot. But what I played, I enjoyed, and enough to 2 years later still be wanting to play this game. But because of PokéBoys, I have not played a lot of the games from my big list because I was like, we could just do most of these as seasons. So potential season maybe on Pokemon Daybreak. I don't know.
Well, first and foremost, it's something that I've been asking for. So,
Oh,
uh,
really?
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. I only have two honorable mentions left because he ruined it for me.
Nice. All right. Well, Daybreak will be coming soon at some point. Because if two of us individually have been wanting to play this game, we gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
The next one on my list is a D-make, which I'm a big fan of. Sword and Shield Ultimate GBA. So this is a D-make in the GBA style of Sword and Shield, and I think they've done some quality of life improvements and things of that nature. We covered Sword and Shield in what, season 5, I think.
Yeah, season five.
The
Yeah.
the actual Sword and Shield.
Right.
But I wanna give this a go. I think it'd be cool. The demake looks really cool. And again, this is one that I started up, but it was before it was finished, and there was kind of a couple bugs that didn't allow me to fully play through that. So the next one is the actual Dark Souls of Pokemon that I mistakenly started to describe my number 5 on my list, and that is Pokemon Salt and Shadow. And I watched, someone play through this, and yeah, dude, it's like Dark Souls slash Elden Ring, but Pokemon, and it looks really interesting. It's
So
completed, last updated in 2023. I wanna give it a shot, but I don't know how I will fare at this.
right, because I'm trying to think like, so what system engine is there are they using?
It's like a traditional Pokemon game, like, looks like a Pokemon game, plays like a Pokemon game, but it's like I don't know how to describe the Souls-like nature of it other than you just gotta go check it out. Like, I don't know.
Like, I'm
It's
just thinking get good and constantly having to run back from
yeah,
a
essentially.
bonfire that's far, far away.
Yeah, essentially. Let me pull up on Poke Harbor here. But yeah, I remember seeing someone play through it, and it's just so interesting. Um, all right, let's see. You navigate the dangerous Cradle Island. The vast, interconnected world offers countless routes to the end, but beware many challenges are unfair and some may seem impossible. The legendary Pokemon abandoned the world to ruin. Only offerings from those with the will to defy fate can bring them back. Um, there's no grinding. You can't train Pokemon. They don't get XP.
Okay,
Um,
I see where the souls thing
the
comes from.
treachery of the former champion ensured this. So this is like an in-game. It has in-game lore behind that. Players will have to use strategy to defeat powerful opponents in double battles with the Pokemon they have, making their way to higher level areas where they can catch a more powerful team. You have 13 days until the end of the world. And so
Mm.
the game is 13 days. Each time you rest to heal your fainted Pokemon, time advances 1 day.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, okay,
Um,
so I get it
yeah.
now. Yeah, that's great.
It's a non-linear world, and yeah, there's like little notes and journals and things scattered across the world to kind of break out some of the lore and stuff. But difficult game. It has Pokemon up to Gen 8. You can run from trainer battles. But yeah,
I
I
bet
don't
you
know. I mean,
can.
I will fail so hard at this, but I want to give it a shot just because it's so unique. And I know that there are some people and some listeners out there who just love to punish themselves. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys to just go and have fun with.
Right, because y'all are masochists.
Yes. And the last on my honorable mentions is a game called Pokemon Phoenix Rising. This has a cool war story and
There we go.
um, has a cool full screen mode, which I'm gonna throw up a little screen grab on this episode here. Um, but yeah, so in the center of the screen you have your gameplay, and then off to the sides and the margins you have like your team, the route you're on, the current quest. You have in the bottom left your used items. On the very bottom of the screen you have the map. Just like a really cool like quality of life thing because
Yeah,
anyone
makes
who's
sense.
played and yeah, most of the time the games they come and the default screen size if you're playing on PC is like not full screen.
No,
And
it's
if you blow it up to full screen, sometimes it looks very crappy. So I
mhm.
like how they kind of made uh, an overlay essentially for their game with actually helpful information on it. So that plus, of course, the uh, the story, the cool like war story, is
Yeah.
what kind of allures me to that. But you've heard of Phoenix Rising, it sounds like.
Yes, it was one of my honorable mentions.
Eh, nice. So what? You have one now?
See, we are too much
I'm so
alike.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I
I'm just
didn't
sitting
mean to
there like,
steal your
"Oh my
thunder.
god." But no, that's actually a good thing. That means, like, a lot of these games that we're saying, you know that like we will end up bringing it to you as long as we drop
Yeah.
in this season. So
And if we're dropping seasons, that means you are invited to play along with us.
that is absolutely correct. So
Yes.
whether you've played the game before or not, you can always come and play along with us and just see how crappy we are at it.
Yes. So what's your one honorable mention?
Okay, is Pokemon Clockwork because like off
Okay.
of the like I just kept getting deflated. But it's Pokemon Clockwork. It's a game where you actually get to go back in time, travel throughout time and stuff of that nature. And it has about 40 to 60 hours worth of gameplay. Uh, Now the thing is, it's an older game, so it only goes up to Generation 4 in terms of Pokemon. Um, but it has a good story that I like because I was watching somebody else play it, and like the concept of being able to travel through time to solve mysteries and you know figure out secrets and all that stuff there, like I love that stuff. Like sometimes even as a 40-year-old man, I do this in my mind. I'd be like, oh man, I wish I could just go solve a mystery right now. It's great. That's why Clue is one of my favorite board games.
Yeah, it's a good one. I loved it because it came with a little envelope that you'd like put the thing in. Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways. Clockwork, that sounds interesting. How did you stumble upon that one?
Just researching.
Yeah,
Just yeah, like going around looking at lists,
yeah.
seeing what's what and reading everything. And so in doing this, it's essentially just whatever pops out to you,
Mhm.
from reading, and you
So
either gonna
so wait,
download it and play, huh?
you're telling me you're not a psycho like me that just has a massive Excel sheet full of fan games you wanna
No,
try?
no. But I do because like okay, so I have
Mhm.
my top five list over here, and then I have another list over here. Well, actually, I got two lists.
Oh, nice, nice.
So yeah, I have a list of games that I want to play. But in doing the research for it, I just whatever popped out to me, and it helped me discover with all these playthroughs that I got going on now. I too have become a masochist, and for some odd reason, like the more difficult gameplays. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, man, just something to make you feel alive again, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
Um, all right. Well, we're down to our number 1 most anticipated fan game, and I am super excited about this one. My number 1 game is Pokemon Z. Now, first off, let me tell you, if you're interested in this game, like, leave a comment here on the episode or join our Discord, uh, because finding a link to this game is very difficult. If just typing in Pokemon Z, even if you
Yeah,
type in
because
Pokemon Z fan
I
game,
haven't heard of this one
it is
in
very,
my
very
region.
hard. But I can give you a link to the page here. But this is new. It is not finished yet. It was last updated May of 2024. Right now, we only have 6 gyms and a Pokemon League. Actually, I'm not sure because it's been almost a year since it's been updated. Maybe it is complete and there's only 6 gyms. I'll have to look.
Yeah, because
Um,
sometimes like the websites won't have the actual information, so you have to go to the Discord
yeah.
because ever since Nintendo started cracking down on a whole bunch of people,
Mhm.
they tried to keep that stuff close knit to their communities. Where
Yeah.
some of these things are finished, but you won't know unless you go to the Discord, and Discord going to direct you to their Patreon and all of this stuff there. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah,
And especially like I want to say that it sounds like it's finished because they have the Pokemon League. So why would you have
Yeah.
the Pokemon League if you were planning on adding more gyms? But anyways, uh,
You have
I
an Ash type thing where you just give him 2 badges.
um yeah, what makes me so excited about this game is we all know this year, actually kind of soon, next couple of months, I think. No, maybe it comes out in the holiday. But anyways, Pokemon Legends ZA comes out this year.
Mhm.
And we're going to Kalos, and it's a Legends game. However, unlike Legends Arceus, this game does not take place in the past. It is, or it's like in the near past, not the distant past, like Arceus was. Pokemon Z takes place and um, uncovers the history of the Kalos region 300 years before the events of Pokemon X and Y.
Okay.
So I want
You
to
wanna go to
play.
war.
I want to play through this before playing ZA. However, I haven't even played through X and Y, so like, just
He's
throwing
jumping the
that
gun
out there.
on
It's
war.
the
He's jumping the
only
gun.
generation that I haven't played through. Um, but yeah, this is really cool because I do know that Kalos has a unique history with this war that happened in the past. And what's the guy's, is his name Z?
Yeah. Yeah, his
And
name
his
is
like
Z.
Flabebe, or right, or is it a Floette?
It it's a
Um,
it's a it's a Floet. It's a Floet. Yeah.
yeah, the so I say I know the history of it, but I clearly don't. But like, yeah, just what explain the official like narrative of X and Y revolving around Z and his Floette.
Okay, so they didn't really the story didn't really revolve around them. It was mainly about just the past and
Mm,
the weapon that Z created that caused the eternal Floet and that caused him to be essentially immortal. Um, but it was more so about Team Flare having access to the weapon and wanting to destroy the region and only leave the things that were beautiful.
dang, I wouldn't have survived.
Right, right. We all would have been just gone.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it was. It was like if you're not Team Flare, you're gonna die. Like that's what that like they said.
Dang, dude, some Pokemon terrorism going on.
Right. But the history in itself, um, Z, he created a weapon. He's the king from back then.
Mhm.
And while the war was going on, uh, his Pokemon got hurt, and so he wanted to bring her back. And once he brought her back, she did not like what he did because he used the souls of Pokemon to do it. And so, in the process of trying to get her back, well, not trying to get her back, trying to right his wrong, he just made a weapon and ended the war with taking out everything.
Dang,
Yeah,
that's brutal. Especially bringing back your Pokemon with the souls of other Pokemon. It's so
right,
brutal.
right.
Jeez.
Yeah, some alchemy type
Yeah.
stuff, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like the official narrative. So this game is 300 years before the events of Pokemon X and Y. And of course, what you're talking about was before the events of X and Y. That's like the
Hmm.
Kalos history. So I'm interested to see like how much this leans into that. And it'll be cool just to go and see what an old take on Kalos would be leading up to ZA, and of course my eventual playthrough of X and Y. But this has generations 1 through 9, all 27 starters until Generation 9. Um, Following Pokemon, we got new characters, new story, obviously. Some Fakemon, which is cool. One of the notes here says village reconstruction, so I'm not sure exactly how to interpret that. Are we like building up villages like you do in
Ye
this gym of
yeah,
mine,
yeah, I would
uh,
imagine that that's what it is.
item crafting, and yeah, it just sounds really cool. The screenshots uh, look awesome, and I feel like this could just be like a really cool primer into the new Legends game. But yeah, that's my number one. And like I said, it's kind of hard to find if you're Googling it. So if you want a link to the page to learn more about it, just hit me up on Discord.
Will do.
Kuno, it's time.
Alright. Now, here's the thing about my number 1. I have been playing it,
Nice.
and people have actually watched me play it. So it's kinda unfair that it's my number 1 on this list. Um, but it is Pokemon Luminescent Platinum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been watching you play.
Yeah. So this ROM hack, first and foremost, it actually takes over and make Brilliant Diamond better. It they give you platinum. It's fantastic. Like they worked with the guys that made Renegade Platinum and Sigma Platinum, and they put elements of those games into it
Mhm.
with some encounters and stuff of that nature. Uh, Difficulty is bumped up a little bit, but not too much where you can't handle it. Like I said, Mike, you see me play it,
Mhm.
but some of the features and improvements that they got better Pokemon following you. They got an increased shiny odds, in which I don't think did I get a shiny in that, Mike? I don't think I got shiny in that one
Probably
yet.
you always get shinies. What are you talking about? You always get
I
shinies.
know, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm like, do I have a shiny? I don't think I have a shiny in that one yet. But like trade evos are level up now, or use of stone. Honey trees are instant. The move relearning and nicknaming straight from the party menu. XP share, affection, and level cap can be toggled on at the Pokemon Center at the
Nice.
PC there, and it's just it's a bunch of other stuff because I yeah, you actually able to change your party from the menu like you do in all the rest of the games. The underground have more encounters with Pokemon, as well as Pokemon having held items, so you have a better chance to get those items that's needed to evolve certain Pokemon and such. And like I said, it's just a breath of fresh air playing it, and you feel so good. Well, at least I do. I feel fantastic playing Pokemon Luminescent Platinum. And the fact is, like I said, like it's for the Switch. Like that's the engine that they're using. They're using Brilliant Diamond engine because it's only for Brilliant Diamond. You can't use it to hack Pearl. When you're not even hacking it, it's a mod to mod Pearl. You can't use the mod Pearl. You can only mod Brilliant Diamond. But I greatly appreciate it. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. It's what something that I wanted as a Generation 4 fan. I
Mm.
feel like that's the game that we deserve. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen on stream, looks really cool. Um, and you're playing on PC, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Nice.
I don't have the Switch. I'm sorry. I don't have the methods and the means, to do, the other things to, get these things.
Yeah. Nintendo's about to come get your other arm.
Right.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hopefully we were able to just pile on a ton of Pokemon game ideas for you guys to play. Um, be interested if you're listening or watching this on YouTube or whatever, like leave a comment wherever you're listening. Let us know what fan games or ROM hacks you're most looking forward to playing. Because of course we need to add more to our list.
Right.
We don't have enough games
Absolutely.
we're trying to play.
I'm trying to tell you.
So yeah, it's always good to hear from others and
As a matter of
uh,
fact, if I pick up my phone now, I can tell y'all all of the games that I'm playing. Hold on. Where
oh
are you?
goodness. Yeah, but yeah, seriously, leave us a comment. Let us know what games, either from our lists you're looking forward to, or if there aren't games that, if there are games that we didn't mention, let us know, and maybe tell us a little bit of like why we should check those games out. Um,
Right. But
yeah,
here we
you
go.
got your list.
Pokemon Pathways,
Okay,
Pokemon Reborn, Pokemon Insurgent, Pokemon Infinite Fusion, Pokemon This Gem of Mine.
dude, Infinite Fusion is hilarious, and this gym of mine is actually really awesome.
Yeah. And then I already told y'all about Redux and the Real Ideal System, and
Yep,
as well as Pokemon Luminous Platinum. So yeah.
jeez, you got way too many games going on, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Not even counting season 7.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I didn't even say that one
which
because I'm
by the
playing
way,
that too.
before we get into that, did you pick a fighting are you fighting gym leader in this gym of mine?
Did I pick the fighting gym? Oh, no, 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 no. Honestly, I went with ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta get the
Because
Machamp.
yes.
Hmm.
But like I'm starting to realize playing all these games, the Pokemon that I'd be like, ooh, ooh, it's a good Pokemon. Ooh, that's a good Pokemon. They all be ground type.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
need
I'm like, okay.
that's a game I wanna play through again. My first playthrough was bug type, obviously. But I would love. I think it got like it did or is getting an update. I don't know if the update has come out yet, but they're adding a little more to it, so, it's kind of
I
gotten my interest
know.
in this gym of mine going again. Shameless plug, go to Showboys Gaming on YouTube. I have a whole playthrough. I streamed it and it was very, very fun. Yeah, there's either an update coming soon or just came that adds a little more to the story, adds some more of the like town building options, and then it, I think, expands the available Pokemon a little bit too.
Okay, it got to be coming because um, I only got 6 building plans.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fun game. But another fun game, Season 7, Pokemon Unbound, which, like I said at the beginning of this episode, Leg 1 will be hopefully coming out 1 week from today, so next Friday. Very excited. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm very excited to just I really wanna talk about my team building strategy because it's
I
not
have
something I've
no
done in any
strategy.
of these games, so I'm excited, and it's my
I,
team is very interesting.
I started off with a strategy, then I broke my hand and I said, forget the strategy.
Oh, geez. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Venom himself will be joining us as a co-host, as his victory for the Pokemon Infinity interstitial tournament we had. So that'll be really fun. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow us on whatever you're listening or watching this on, so you don't miss out on Season 7 Pokemon Unbound. Very excited to get into this one. But thank you guys for listening, and make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.